Well, y'all, the details we were waiting on just dropped, and in fact, we had a few more little morsels about this individual who was shooting his family inside a hockey game in high school in Rhode Island. It's like the can of worms was opened and then thrust all over the floor. But I don't only want to tell you what's going on with this. I also want to show you something that is really deafening for the whole silence, along with a nice little tie-in to the big progressive push on the Democrats. This is going to be a fun one. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Of course, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Let's dive right in, people. We have got to talk about something. So what we're looking at right now is the individual who is confirmed who shot his family and children in a hockey rink in Rhode Island yesterday. Now, this could not be more of an image that is rife for the left to run on all their gun control, all their anti-MAGA, all their anti-conservative, everything in the world, except that one sacred cow, which trumps everything else. In fact, you would think that this Nazi tattoo right here, You would think that this Nazi tattoo right here with the twin thunderbolts, you'd think that might be a bit of an issue with the media. You know, since everyone's a fascist if they disagree with you and everyone's a Nazi, except the actual people who are a little confused with gender dysphoria. And then you have actual Nazi iconography on their arms. You'd think this is rife for a story, wouldn't you? Yeah, but here's the problem. And this we're going to get into all the details, but this is what I want to highlight for you. Look at the news right now. This is right now. I'll even refresh it in real time to prove my point. Watch this. I'm going to refresh that. These are the top stories if you Google news in the United States right now. Jesse Jackson dies, some diplomacy, Hillary Clinton, cocaine booms, Colbert slams CBS, live updates, Nancy Guthrie. You know, maybe they just didn't make the top page. Maybe the issue is that I'm not doing it right and I'm showing you things. This is why I'm doing this in real time, by the way. I always bring you the receipts. No, I just said news in general. And as we scroll down, there's not a peep of a family that was killed in Rhode Island by a transgender with Nazi tattoos all over their arms. Not a peep. There's Hegseth, there's Coast Guard. You know, guys, I'm going to get into all the details here in a second, but I just want to give you a little shared experience. Okay? In my career, I have literally seen the left turn any and everything that has gun-related violence to it. That's what they call it, gun violence, right? It's not gun violence, it's individuals using guns. But I've seen them turn every single thing as a reason why you can't have your rights. Now, there is a very funny little phenomenon that happens in the Democrat and the mainstream media and the leftists. They do this thing where if it's the slide ruler effect and it works in every single area, then they cover it ad nauseum for 48, 72 hours. And they blame you for every problem in the United States. But if it doesn't fit those slide rules, then it just doesn't exist, i.e. right here. Now, again, you would think that Nazi tattoos with actual thunderbolts on their arms would be an important thing. But again, it doesn't fit the narrative. Then we go over to the other really uncomfortable little part. This is the Senate progressive running for Maine. This is Graham Plattner. You see that thing on his chest right there? Yeah, that's the guy actually running for Senate of United States, Maine. That guy right there has the exact same tattoo on his arm as the transgender gender dysphoria victim that was just eliminated his family. All right, maybe I'm just doing the job for him again. This is important. I feel like it would be news as well. U.S. House passes bill to ban transgender surgeries for children. I think the appropriate word there would be finally. Why was that not a thing to begin with? Also, follow-up question, why was that a thing to begin with? Okay, anyway, keep on going on. This is really important stuff that no one apparently is going to tell you. Apparently it just doesn't exist. Poof, magic trick, doesn't exist. The hockey game massacre in Rhode Island today would be the third major case of transgender suspect involved in a mass shooting in the last year. Something is very, very wrong here. And don't listen to me. Listen to the actual individual in Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Can you confirm whether the suspect's a male, female? We've heard that it's a transgender person. Is that something that you have in terms of information?
So what I can say right now that we have identified the person, the suspect, by the birth name. The birth name was Robert Dorgan. We have also learned that the person does go by the name of Roberta, also uses the last name of Esposito. But again, that will be all.
Okay, I mean, like, guys, it's confirmed. We know it now. So what would you do if you were a leftist organization that was dedicated solely to taking the rights of American citizens through your entire charter? Like Giffords.org. This is a gun control group in the United States. Another shooting that endangered and traumatized students, this time at a high school hockey game in Rhode Island. 2 people were killed and at least 3 others were injured. Our hearts are with the community as we await more information. I got some more information for you, you hacks. This was a transgender individual who is literally donning tattoos from the Nazi regime on their arms. They have completed full-blown transgender gender reversal surgery, and they just killed their ex-wife and their children and shot a few others. So yeah, let's go ahead and go down this road of, oh my God, it's the guns. Is it the guns? Really? It's not anything else in this image? Nothing else? No gender dysphoria issues? No tattoos? Nothing? Everything's fine. It's the inanimate objects, right? Okay, let's keep on trucking because they just got a little bit of my fury. Here's an example that Benny Johnson just put out of all the different gender dysphoria related shootings that occurred in the short history of this issue. It's now being reported that the Pawtucket, Rhode Island hockey game arena shooter was transgender, added to the list. I'm going to read the list. Tumbler Ridge, Annunciation Catholic Church School identified. Nashville Christian shooter, Lakewood Church shooter, Colorado Springs shooter, Denver shooter, Aberdeen shooter, Iowa High School shooter, Charlie Kirk's assassin, Trump's assassin Thomas Crooks. Are you guys seeing this? Okay. Radical gender ideology is pushing unstable individuals towards violence and targeting innocent people. Yes, that is exactly what is happening. It is pushing people who are unstable towards violence of others. And the accommodation and the encouragement of this is not a good decision, particularly when this is the issue at hand. I mean, I'm sorry. The left doesn't say a word about this. The media does not exist. Are you kidding me? This is catnip, as I believe it was, I can't remember who said it. Someone said it. This is catnip for the lefties. This is literally, you could not bottle this lightning in a bottle. This is perfect. Except for the whole transgender identity thing. Now all of a sudden, that didn't happen. Poof, doesn't exist. Let's keep on going. Court records detail the trans shooter's medical history. He had a full-blown gender reassignment surgery. His wife filed for divorce citing his gender reassignment surgery, narcissistic and personality disorder traits. You think? All right, let's keep on going. This is the actual link or article that was actually linked. This is the entire thing. Pawtucket's shooter's gender identity tied to past family disputes, court records show. The suspect in Pawtucket shooting had left 2 people dead and 3 other injured. By the way, that's the ex-wife and a child. Had a history of family disputes, some involving conflict over his gender identity, according to court records. It is absolutely wild. It's just wild. Here you go. In early 2020, wow, that's the same time that all that stuff went down with the old Fauci ouchie and the pandemic, isn't it? In early 2020, Dorgan went to the North Providence Police Department and reported he had recently undergone gender reassignment surgery and that his father-in-law wanted him out of the North Providence home because of it. See how there's a whole history of this? And then the reaction is to go and just kill everybody? Yeah, this is an actual issue. Like, this is not... Here's the actual documents from the divorce filing. Around the same time, Dorgan's then-wife, Rhonda Dorgan, filed for divorce. Under grounds for divorce, Rhonda initially wrote, gender reassignment surgery, narcissistic and personality disorder traits. Those reasons were then crossed out and replaced with irreconcilable differences, which have caused the immediate breakdown of the marriage. Yeah, I can see why. That irreconcilable differences, that's a nice way to say it. Just saying. Let's keep on trucking. Nancy Mace, this didn't have to happen. It's far past time we acknowledge this as a mental health crisis. It is a mental health crisis. This is the entire point. If I go back over to this tab right here, this is what it all comes down to. You want to know why this just happened? The House bill to ban transgender surgeries? It's because this is occurring. The trans right backlash is extremely real and very worrying for progressives because progressives are the ones that are pushing it. The public is assigned with conservatives on several issues like sports, restrooms, and minors' access to care. It's possibly the worst issue for progressives I've ever polled because progressives will push this, and the Congress is even enough of has enough of a pair of pelotas to actually ban it for children, which it should have been done immediately the second it became a thing. And then, of course, that is another image of the exact same individual. Here's the bottom line. The media is silent on this. Silent. It doesn't exist. Poof, magic, whoo, into the ether. It's our jobs. It is our responsibility to spread these details out. This is why we exist, because these people are not going to do it. And the progressives and the Democrats all day long will crow from the rooftops that there is nothing wrong, everything is fine. Nazi tattoos all over the arms, death bolts, doesn't matter, transgender reassignment, complete and total history of mental illness, all these things, doesn't matter. Nope, don't you dare go after one of our special classes, which is costing us elections, and more elections. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm Braden. See you later.